guess this is as good a place to start as any. 11 degrees Celsius, 52 Fahrenheit, and a bit of a breeze outside. What a beautiful day. I'd rather be doing a lot of other things, but the truck won't get itself done, will it? So one of the jobs that I've done this morning is to quickly find this guy. And for those that didn't know, my compressor lives in here. This is the Paul Y annex. Why? Because Paul Y suggested when I was building this space during COVID, why didn't I move the wall over by another 3 foot that I was putting in, because it's a retaining wall, to the other side of the garden where it's been raised by, I suppose, about a bit more than a meter. I filled this in over the years, and I have this beautiful bush which is on the other side of the shed that I built. But yeah, I then added this, so it's known as the Paul Y annex for a specific reason, and that's because Paul Y suggested it. Another one of my little door handles. Really, ideally I would have had it up vertically, but this was where the wood dictated that I should put it. When you go in here, I have a massive vintage compressor. I know nothing about compressors other than they're good for pumping tires. It's got a couple of, I guess, air filters or whatever for moisture. I think this was built in about 1971. Brand name I can't remember, and I bought it from a friend. It's a significantly heavy piece of machinery. For those who recognize it, by all means tell me more about this. Runs off a really nice electric motor. It's single phase, of course. What does it say here? SWP 150 pounds per square inch. And then down there, I don't recall what this stood for, what it means, but of course it's a Broom Wade built machine. I'm hoping this is going to be good enough to paint the truck with a combination of whatever paint gun I need. These suggestions will all come to me by the guys that originally built it, or originally painted cars before me, guys who know what they're doing. Yeah, this wood that you see up here was meant to be my truck bed, all planed up and neat and tidy. In the end I used it to roof this extension to the existing shed, which is buried into the mountainside on the other side. Shut the door and you have, when you switch it on, this amount of noise. So it's quiet, it's a nice silent machine, and of course where I'll be working is approximately here relative to it. So if anything, I think if it can give me the pressure, we'll get the job done. So that was the start of today. As I said, beautiful day out, really, for people who do outdoor stuff. Perfect weather. I guess the next job now will be to get this thing dragged out. In fact, before I drag it out, I need to find all the tools that I need for grinding back the paint off the firewall, and then we'll get on with this. Well, it's nice and dry in there, so I guess I'm going to leave it to run for a bit, see if it switches off itself or blows up. We'll figure that one out in a bit. Isn't it funny, you can't get these things to sit as you want them to. Sorry, I'll do that again. Anyway,
I reckon that black is aerosol.
It probably is Randall Town. When they did the street.
And you want to take, it will have to come off.
The thinners.
Well, maybe. It depends what the blue's. Well, the blue's original, isn't it?
Yeah, the blue is the original colour. Mike and his Triumphs next door. Been engines all
but,
day.
you know, that's probably enough.
He said slap it on.
Yeah, be generous with it.
Got any matches? No.
It's only better than I thought.
Yeah.
But, you know.
This is probably going to be
Yeah, you'll need to leave that on there.
I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to waste much of time. Oh, it's right. Look, it's on the fucking floor. It's not going to work like that. You're going to use 12 gallons.
Yeah, then you've got to scrape it off. But you know, you might find it will scrape off easier. Well, find out. You must have a scraper to hang.
I have mine. That's ready for paint.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, look how easy that is, right? That's actually easy.
I didn't say it would be easy, but that's probably the most
Be the
effective.
answer.
You want a good stiff scraper and you get the answer.
This is good.
Yeah.
So this is kind of this exactly is part of today's job. To get all these services. Yeah, I mean, this thing. I think this thing had a significant whack on this side because when I bought it, the front control arm was completely womped. I've got photographs of it somewhere, and I bought a new one via a friend of mine in Oklahoma that I had couriered over. So that's replaced it completely. But I think it must have hit something interesting and harder than a cow or a dog. Yeah.
This is my thing. Go over with those. Do it on use it on a drop, though. But you know, that's literally scuffed in two directions with that pad and put it away with some glitter.
Yeah, that's ready.
Right.
But the rest of it's
your
not
other
yet.
option would be to spend absolutely bloody ages stripping every last trace of paint off and using epoxy, right? And it's not worth it.
No. Not for the firewall, I'm not bothered. The rest of it will be better and good.
And I'd probably mask down here.
That's, I was saying to Mickey earlier on today, was literally run it here and blow into this, and then that will be the working line.
Well, I would suggest you do want to spend a bit of time feathering that in and that's all that.
When
You're
the,
going to see it.
no, you're not.
Is there a kind
There's
of
the balance, the whole balance goes over, the balance tucks up to there. But I will fix that.
Yeah, but you do want to feather it so that you don't end up with a hard edge that it's weak paint.
The only hard edge I want is the actual metal
Yeah.
joint. But yeah, there's more work here than buying a new car. But we don't buy new cars, do we? So yeah. Cool.
Then take all of the bolts out.
Now there's those
Mask
two.
up the holes to the back.
Yeah.
It's just masking tape.
I know. I masked it the other way around when I was painting the inside.
Yeah, there you go. Well, paint on. It's 2K, so you won't need a mask.
I know nothing at this point in time of
You do not want to be breathing highly atomized isocyanates. Right? That's bad.
Did you say I don't need a mask? You said I
You will need. You need a mask with cellulose.
I've got a respirator there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people say, oh, you know, you don't need to worry about cellulose. Cellulose is almost as bad. And so anyone who's deliberately breathing highly atomized chemicals is a fucking idiot.
Stupid. Yeah. Sounds like you've been reading.
Well, it's about this time last year I come down with that god awful cough. I do hope that's not come back.
Yeah, it's a yearly holiday for the cough days.
Yeah, well, it was August when I started feeling nothing right again. Do you have any body mask?
It's paper.
No, it comes on a. It's like.
Oh, the stuff you on a tape that you wrap around.
It comes on a roll, sort of thin vinyl.
Nick has left. I'm really pleased that he popped around. Gave me a couple of ideas. Quickly helped me scrape off some of the tar that's on the front of the firewall and down the front. We figured out that petrol takes off a lot of that. I think this is rattle can. That probably needs flattening back as far as possible so that when you paint over it, it doesn't react, but also cleaning off after that with thinners or whatever. Right now there's still a little section on that side where the footrest is. I'll show you. That needs scraping back as soon as I've necked my coffee. But as you can see, that looks a lot better already. Obviously the black paint needs to be removed, but we'll get to that. And then in the meantime, you have down there basically, let's get you seasick here for a moment. Need a scrape down the front on the footrest, but that's going to take a bit of time because it's quite thin, so it doesn't break off that easily. But I'll get to that in a moment. In the meantime, quick swig of coffee. I'm using an old kitchen knife with duct tape handle and a little paint spatula, or fixer spatula, I'm not sure what it's for. And then obviously there's a bit of sanding as well, just to key it in. But there's more work before I get to that. Right, let's see where we go with this. Different people have different ways of doing the same job. By all means, post in the comments, tell me what you normally would have used. For me, knife, various scrapers, there's another one over here somewhere, seem to do the job okay. All of this tar has really dried to almost a powdery consistency. Tedious, takes time, but it's one way to get the finish you want in the end, eh? Just have to do it at the pace that this job wants to be done at, whatever that might be. Can't race it, can't rush it. as you can see, everything takes time. Some stuff more than others. You've got to just sit, do it, otherwise no one's going to do it for me. Hopefully when it's done, I'll be happy. For those that don't know, that's the paint line. Below that has been treated previously 10 years ago when I welded up the floor with Schultz underbody stone chip. So we'll be doing this all in body color. Let's try another tool. Nope. Right, so all the scraping is done. Next job, pair of old underpants. Why? Because they're cotton and they're really absorbent and they clean well. A load of expensive petrol and wipe down all the residue. Mainly it's the underseal that's everywhere. That does come off, as you can see on that side eventually, but it takes a bit of effort. This bit I've done before. This rag is actually quite dirty, but it comes off. Bit of effort. Unfortunately, John is very clean today. He smells good as well. He's hiding over there out of sight, I think. Not sure why. Camera shy.
Yep.
Where's my Louis assistant? Why is he not helping anymore?
Over here.
See what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
Petrol.
Yeah.
You don't want to touch that. no?
Cleaning it off.
Not your allergies.
Yeah, you don't want to touch it.
Oh, wait. I'm supposed to get on the plane. No. What you doing?
Washing my face.
Yeah.
It's petrol. Ask your dad to explain to you what I'm doing.
What's good?
Leaving the residue off.
See-
Dirt and grime and
59 years ago they sprayed that black stuff underneath. And it goes rock hard. And if you want to paint, because I need to repaint the truck, then you've got to take it all off, otherwise you can't paint. So it's a bit of a mess. It's not the kind of thing girls do. Most girls.
Do you want to see me do a handstand?
No, no, don't do it. No, you're going to fall on your head.
I know. I threw shine up.
I'd rather you did it on the grass. It's really dirty and grubby here.
Like to see you.
I can't do that, buddy. Not even close. Sounds like he's getting quite competitive with her as well. Who is? I would have thought that was one of her first skills.
yeah, she could.
You're talking
she's
about
getting-
standing there for hours.
standing there for longer now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standing in handstands for longer.
How's your, what's that called? Bounce trampoline.
Trampoline. It's good.
How's it going?
Competition last Sunday.
And?
Came third.
Third.
Third out of 8.
I came set first. Did you do it this one? Well,
He always comes first. Because he screams if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Hey Louis.
What do you mean? If you don't do first, you cry. So
Your dad always said you're a winner.
whoa. I got it. I like it.
If you want to go make a coffee or whatever, John, you're welcome. I've just had one when you messaged. It's just I want to try and get this done and out the way. Then it's my Sunday task, Saturday task done. Then I've kind of done what I set out to do this morning,
Cool.
which was just to start on this, nothing more. There's still probably a whole day's worth of work flattening this all back, getting all this black off. Because the black you've got to sand back all the way and then take it off with solvent or petrol or something.
So why are you not leaving it there?
Because I need to paint primer over everything once it's cleaned up,
Yeah.
and it's going back to red, to body color. The whole front is getting body color.
Yeah.
So these are things people do. I quite like a black firewall,
Yeah.
but it's not original. So I will do it in color
There's nothing wrong with that. Why do you have to take all the black off?
because we don't know what paint that is. It might have been rattle can. If you put 2-pack on it, it'll bubble and react, and
Why don't you
start all over again.
why don't you just try section C?
Yeah, we'll do. But I may as well clean up first.
It means you just clean it down
Yeah.
rather than rub it, then try it.
You've
and
got
see what-
irregular surfaces everywhere, from
Right.
scratches and marks and stuff. I've still got to sand back all the burrs on every bloody hole because it's really, I mean, there's quite a lot of holes that need locking up,
That's fine.
welding up again as well.
Fair enough.
There's a shed load of work still. We'll get to it.
What colour are you painting up?
Pink! No. Same colour red as before. Maybe a little bit more red actually.
Nice colour.
There's a colour called Chrysler Firestorm, which is even redder than this.
I
And that's what I bought, it's in there. Hey?
No clue what's that's called.
It's just very red.
It's very bright red.
Yeah, like super red.
Vibrant.
No, it's not even vibrant. It's well good, it's screaming. Right, let's try and do this bit again.
I'll be back.
If you want a drink, Lila, in the kitchen. Lucky John knows that he comes around, he either works or he watches. But I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because I need to finish this job today. If I can get this lot done, then it's another little step in the right direction. Yes.
Painstaking job, mate.
It's a pain in the ass kind of
You
job.
got you strip or anything.
Yeah, you can, but then you've got to neutralise and wash things, and once you've put water over this, it ends up like that again. It's whichever process you use has pros and cons. So I'm just going to carry on scraping. There's not a lot of scraping to be done, and then there's a lot of this. I love this stuff. I feel like, of course that is. I think that's the 180. Is it the 180?
No, but that's
320. Someone with a bucket of paint. That's a, oh yeah, it literally looks like somebody lobbed a bucket of paint over the roof. There's a saying, never buy a car in the rain. Guess how I bought this truck? In the pissing rain, yes. I knew there was work to be done. I knew there were holes.
Like brake pedal.
Pardon?
Really like brake pedal.
Yeah. I knew there was work to be done, and I drove it for about 2 years before I took it apart. But I'll be honest, in retrospect, if I hadn't gotten divorced, it would have been a good thing to do. But getting divorced kind of screwed my plans up a little bit. But that's life. Get on with it, next job, do something, fix something, whatever, build.
What are you going to do about those inner holes in them?
There's no rust and no holes, mate.
There is. Them big ones, one either side.
There's the vents, the air vents
Air vents.
onto your feet.
They are.
They screw on.
But there's surface rust on there.
Yeah, but surface rust doesn't count. I don't care about surface rust. That's inside, behind two layers.
Just put some rust up.
You can come and do it. Come on.
Put some rust up to make it.
Yeah, I've got some. You go. Come on. I'll give you a job to do. Eh? I know you're clean. And you don't mind being dirty, but no. John, that's areas that I'm not bothered about, to be honest. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of
It's
like
inside of there.
the longevity of it.
This truck, once it's painted, this truck will outlive me. Probably by a significant margin. I hope. Right, I'm just gonna
Probably sell it before that.
probably sell what?
You'll probably sell it before that as well.
Yeah, or give it away. It's seconds of life. Yeah, there's always another car.
There is.
There's always another car to build. And the next car that I would like to have is this big, long American station wagon. That's really, it's not a dream car, but it's always been on my list. So, yeah. Last wipe.
what black paint did you use in their camera?
On the inside, yeah. Yeah, because it's getting sound deadening padding in there. And then after that, there's a felt layer and then carpeting. I bought a factory set of carpets as well. They'll go on last.
Oh, that's changed, mate.
What do you think? Looks alright? If I can stand over there, because I need to get a picture on the other camera quickly. It's funny, the minute you get done with these jobs, it's hard to see that you even done them. But overall, I'm quite pleased. So this is just getting all the tar off. Next job will be getting all the black off. And that'll be a bit of sanding and cleaning up. Yeah, I think for today, another little job done. And to be honest, I'm pleased. I'm starting to have hope. Right, put this away. It's another jobby job. Keys, car keys, and body keys. This. And that, as they say, is that. Saturday afternoon. I'm taking it off early. It's about 3 o'clock, 3:30 now. All I've done today, did a lot of little things, but taken off the underseal off the front and down the underside of the front of the cab. Petrol, I find works better for me than thinners. Wiped it down, That's just a first fix. Then all the black needs to come off because I'm not sure if it's rattle can. It seems to stick quite well, but it's sort of slow in coming off, so I'll sand that back. I'm going to deburr all the holes. There are some that are going to get welded up. I don't know if there's anything else to worry about today actually. I'll probably come back tomorrow and start working on the black paint. There you go. Thanks for watching. I might even upload this messy episode. We'll see. Thanks for watching.